But are your eggs cheaper? Do we have lower grocery prices? Do you have your job because you're actually a DEI hire? And not black? Not a cisgendered white man and have a job? It's because of DEI. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome back to the shit show known as Two Girls, No Fucks. I'm Katrina.
I'm Ashley Marie.
And we have to talk about it because it is no longer the white elephant in the room because we're not ignoring this. We're giving a color. We're calling it out. And it needs to be talked about that we are forced to live through a second Trump presidency, and the shit show that this is absolutely ridiculous. Now, mind you, what's today's date? The 21st? 21st. February 21st. This comes out March 10th, I think. So, between now and then, half the shit you hear about, you'll probably have either forgotten that it happened or some more egregious shit would have happened in that time frame, which, given the world we live in, odds are real high. If you're a betting person, put money on that because you're going to win. Because that's the only thing we winning in this life right now. Anyways, what are your thoughts? When you asked me what we were talking about and I said this, what were you like? Were you like, oh, fuck, or like, oh, shit?
A little of both.
Okay.
Because you wake up every day and you like, change isn't obviously going to happen instantly, but you look for like a little glimmer of hope.
Something.
Like, sometimes I wanted to really believe that y'all were right and I might have been wrong. And
what?
In any of this, you know, I want to believe that. Like, I wake up every day and I want, you know, for you to get your fucking low grocery bills so you can justify your decision. But it still ain't happen. I'm still paying buku bucks for fucking cereal, bro.
Do you know?
They're about to take my avocados away. This is actually dramatic for me.
Jess and I were at the grocery store last weekend. And before we walked in, we said, what's the budget? We're like, we're not going to go over $200.
Okay.
Can't go over $200. And there were multiple decisions made in many aisles of, do we need this? Do we not need this? I'm proud to say we kept it under $200.
Okay.
But the shit I want to eat ain't in the house because we didn't get it. So I'm just like, because that's the shit that's the most expensive. And it just, as someone who's allergic to eggs, I don't really give a shit because I'm not eating them. But I feel bad for those who do and need it for their nutritional shit and can't afford them.
So my daughter doesn't need a lot of protein. So that's how I sneak a lot of protein into her.
It's a great source of it. And it's fucking crazy ass expensive. And what I've been seeing lately too is y'all are hoarding them eggs like you were the toilet paper 5 years ago. You know that the shelf life of them eggs is not the same as that toilet paper. I hope y'all know that. Because you're gonna, it's disgusting. Like, I don't understand y'all. Y'all will hoard all this other shit, but leave the seasoning right there when that's the one that y'all really need to be hoarding. But that's neither here nor there.
You know what I want to know about the eggs?
Tell me.
How come in Europe they don't refrigerate their eggs?
Because when the chicken lays them, it's outside. That's like the French when they don't refrigerate cheese. Why do we do it?
Yeah, why are we doing this shit?
Because we're dumb. Yeah. We also have a shit ton of ingredients that are completely illegal in like 30 other countries, but this fucking country shoves it down our throat and says, ooh, it'll make you feel good. But not only does it not make you feel good, it makes you sick, which then you have to go to the hospital, spend money. Then you get scripts, spend more money. Now you have side effects, more money, because now you got to take another script for that. Shit, wasn't it Cat Williams that said you got to take something for this and your arm be like this and then you got to take something to counteract that and then your leg looks like this? Now you on 2 different meds looking like a fucking flamingo. Like, this is just where we're at right now. And it's fucking ridiculous.
Yup.
It almost seems like they want it that way.
That's exactly what they wanted. It's right in Project 2025. It's not a fucking secret. And it's so blatant in our face now. See, I missed the time when y'all's racism was covert. Now it's just blatantly in my face. And y'all really want to get fucked up out here. Real talk.
And she's the one that doesn't fight.
At
Crazy.
all. And I want to because you're making me so mad. Here's the thing. And I got shit that I'm going to get into. But I'm living in a world right now where I have to have conversations with my wife of how we're going to be when we're in public for our own safety. Is it safe for us to hold hands here? Can I sneak a smooch here? Do we pretend that we're friends? What about kids? Do we want to bring kids into this world? IVF looking real trash right now. Real trash. You heard about that mama that gave birth to that brown baby and that brown baby wasn't hers? Because it belonged to a brown woman? Couldn't even imagine. You mean to tell me you gave me somebody else's egg and I carried this child thinking it was mine? But cool. That works. Whatever. But y'all want to talk about pro-life and you care about life and you care about this. No, you don't. Not as soon as if that baby's out and brown, girl, y'all don't give a shit about that baby. So y'all can miss me with that bullshit. Before I came in here, I said, hey, Google, and looked for everything that's occurred in the 32 days up to this point. Oh my God, Google, don't shut up. I'm not asking you for nothing right now.
Sit down, man.
Get the fuck out of here. You heard that?
Be humble, Google.
Boom.
See previous episode.
Right. So when I went and looked up the first 32 days of this presidency, all of the articles, dates stopped in January. And I was looking for something more recent. Like I needed something that happened, I don't know, maybe Friday, even Tuesday of last week, whatever. There were no articles that were written in February that I could easily access. So I'm like, okay, their fingers are already in the media, which we knew, but now it's like super apparent because I can't find this shit quickly. So I came across this New York Times article. And this article, I'm going to show you, goes through everything this motherfucker did in the first 32 days. You see me still scrolling? Right. It just keeps going and going and going and going. And they detail everything. I'm not going to go into every single detail, but what I will do is read off all of the egregious shit that happened in day one of this motherfucker's presidency. Shut down migrant entry app. Revoke U.S. Secret Service protection for John R. Bolton. Barred asylum for people arriving at the southern border. Designated some international cartels as quote-unquote foreign terrorist organization. Designated January 20th as a federal holiday for Martin Luther King Jr., which actually now they're trying to reverse that, is what they're trying to do. Ordered development of a plan to recruit federal workers based on merit, quote unquote, and prevent hiring based on race, sex, or religion. Sure. Anyways, established a, they literally wrote, so-called Department of Government Efficiency, which is known as Doge. Or, you know, if you're ghetto, Doji, whatever. It's fine. I don't even want to read any more of this because it's like absolutely atrocious. Declared that there is an invasion at the southern border. There's not.
Yikes.
Halted federal approvals for wind farms because this motherfucker don't believe in clean energy. Ordered the General Services Administration to promote beautiful federal civic architecture. That's a direct quote. suspended the refugee resettlement program, stripped security clearances from former intelligence officials. If I had to guess, they weren't on board with him and what he was trying to do. Tariffs, and more tariffs. I think y'all really misconstrued that word so much that those of us who actually know what it means are confused at its meaning, because y'all think tariffs on another country, that country is going to pay for said goods. No. That country takes those said goods and passes that extra tax to you, the consumer. You the one paying the tariffs, not the country. Y'all so fucking stupid. My God. It's just,
Isn't it great?
it's, but are your eggs cheaper?
Isn't it great?
But are your eggs cheaper?
Is it great again?
Is it great? Yeah.
Is it great again?
It doesn't sound like it was great to begin
Where's
with.
the greatness?
It was never great to begin with. Who was it? It was,
I'm still stuck on the part where we're making it great again. When
was it again?
What great are we following?
The great where your grandpappy owned niggas. That's when it was great for you. Not for the rest of us who know better and are still dealing with that fucking generational trauma. Get the fuck out of here. I gotta do some breathing exercises when I leave here, because this is some trash ass shit right now. I'm so
That
mad.
is the end of a Doji song.
Is
Anyway.
it?
A breathing exercise, yep. Anywho.
And then there's that. So we withdrew from the World Health Organization. Do you know how fucking dangerous that is? Like, so many things. And I think it's ironic that y'all, first of all, anybody on stolen land is not illegal. Let's just get that out there. We're not illegal. Some of y'all chose to come here. Some of us came here against our will. But we're all here. Mm-hmm. That's that on that. I think there was also something about he wanted to end the what's that shit with the birthing, like if you're born here, you're a citizen. He wants birthright rights. Yeah, he wants to get rid of that. I'm like, you realize that if that were the case, all your babies would not be considered, all of the babies, not you, him. All of his babies wouldn't be considered citizens because all they mamas aren't from here. All of them. But here we are. But are your eggs cheaper?
But where would, like, so specifically talking about this, how far back is he talking about going? Like, there's no limit,
no,
correct?
There's no limit.
So then it does include me.
The limit doesn't exist.
Then it does include, like, if there's no limit, then it's his kids, it's me,
everybody.
My kids.
It's
like,
everybody. Oh, it looks like the natives can get their fucking land back. That's what that sound like. It just keeps going. Oh, here's a fun one. He ended remote work for federal workers. For the federal workers who still have a job. Because he firing motherfuckers every fucking day with this shit. So many people have adjusted, especially y'all who have gremlins, have adjusted your life around these babies. And your work has allowed you to do that. And now you're taking that away. So you're going to throw more traffic out there, which is already gross to begin with. Forcing people to go into the office when it's been proven that we don't need to be there every day. Make it make sense. Anyways, I'm still on fucking January 20th. Like, with all this shit. Like, the day doesn't end. Oh my God, can we talk about... Its mama gave it the name Gulf of Mexico. It's staying Gulf of Mexico. I'm not calling that shit
Someone
Gulf of
actually asked me
America.
today, what was the point of that? They asked me, like, what do you think the point of that was?
To show how big his little dick was. That's the point of that.
So I was at work and not.
So how
I'm
do you
not-
say
I'm
that
not-
appropriately?
I'm not always appropriate, but I was like, I think it was an attempt to stroke his ego.
AKA his little dick.
Exactly. But I'm at work, so ego can mean little dick, but I don't have to say it.
You know who's mostly concerned with the portrayal of how big their dick is? Dudes with little dicks.
I think we've officially said little dick as much as we've said
The
titty in
titties.
that one episode.
It's
Go
called
us.
balance. Which is shocking from a lesbian. So.
I was literally going to say that.
Just throwing that out there. I mean, I guess here we are. Fucking fuck. Granted clemency for everyone who was charged in connection with the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. It's like 1,500 people no longer are in trouble for that. Cool story, bro. Now we're on day 2. And I'm only going to pick one from each day at this point because my word, this is a lot.
Can you enlighten us a little bit on the Department of Education?
Here's what I know. The woman who's now running it used to run WWE. Fun fact. Yeah. So that makes her completely qualified. If you're looking at her boss, who sits in the highest fucking seat in the land, who's not qualified, this makes her qualified for that job.
She ran a very popular show. He ran a very popular show. It makes sense.
That math tracks. Cool.
Fucking
What?
actors. Like, what the fuck? are
Yeah,
we doing?
exactly. So not only is it run by someone who used to run the WWE, but they want to remove federal funding for these schools, which y'all's babies go to. If you have a baby with a disability, they're no longer getting the additional care that they need to be
That's me,
incorporated
friends. That's me.
with everybody in their class. Some schools, because the funding has run out and they're not getting any more, have officially closed down. So now the babies aren't going to school. How are the parents gonna go to work if they gotta be at home with the kids, especially when you forcing them to go into the office, but now the babies have nowhere to go? And we all have heard the fucking horror stories about childcare and how much that shit costs. So they want to change all of that on top of looking at the curriculum and making sure that it's like religious leaning and only the good things are to be talked about.
The good things.
Quote
Air
unquote.
quotes.
Yeah. We're not talking about slavery. Slavery never happened. What are you talking about? I don't know about that. I know some very fine people on both sides. Like, shut the fuck up. It just... We're literally watching an empire crumble right before our eyes. And I'm stuck. I was telling Martz earlier, like, I'm stuck between being informed and putting my head in the sand.
I'm literally at the point of head in the sand. Like, someone asked me the other day, they were like, oh, it was my best friend Brianna, and she's like, I don't really feel comfortable. I don't know what we should do for our birthday because I don't feel comfortable because I don't want to fly.
We're getting to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get
all the
to
stuff
that.
that's happening.
Yep.
And now I didn't want to be an idiot and be like, what is all the thing that's happening? Like, literally, if I don't open my social media to exactly what I need to do, that's all I do. I open to exactly what I need to do, or I watch whatever video was sent to me, maybe the next one, but I don't scroll too far. I don't lean too far to the left.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm staying in my motherfucking lane. If it's not about posting for this show or posting a funny meme, I'm not here for it.
Yeah.
Not doing it. I'm not intentionally going to bring more negativity, more sadness into my life. I'm barely hanging on as it is.
And that's fair. You don't need to.
So
At least as of right now, you can do what you want. Jesus Christ. Didn't even think that was even a thing I would ever say in this lifetime. But yeah, so Department of Education is going through it right now. The FAA is going through it right now. And here's what, sorry, Marts. Here's what I want to do. Because someone posted something on Instagram and I actually saved it.
I don't save things for the most part on Instagram. I just send them to Katrina, and I was like, "That's how I'll find it."
That's hilarious. I can't stand you.
And I always
oh
find
shit!
it.
I'm not on airplane mode. I'm so sorry. If you hear the do 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 at the back, that's me. My bad. So, here we go. January 20th, Trump guts the FAA. January 22nd. Trump disbands the Aviation Security Advisory Committee, declares he has ended DEI and restored, quote unquote, excellence and safety in air travel. The very next day, a plane crashes in Columbia, California. The 29th, the first commercial plane crash in 16 years over Washington, D.C., where 67 people died. 2 days later, another plane crash in Philadelphia. The next day, a plane crashed near Ennis, Texas. 3 days later, Japan Airlines plane strikes Delta flight on runway in Seattle. Same day, plane crashes in Arkansas. The next day, a Bering Air flight disappears over Alaska with 10 people on board, later found dead. The 10th, plane crashes in Scottsdale, Arizona. The 12th, military fighter jet crashes in San Diego Bay. 15th, Trump fires hundreds of FAA employees. The same day, not only does a plane crash in Florida, but another one crashes in Georgia. The very next day, 2 planes crash in Texas. And the day after that, a plane departing from Minnesota crashes in Toronto. But DEI the problem. Because you know what that sounds like? It sounds like those who still have a job are overworked. And probably underpaid at this point.
Probably.
Because, my God. I don't blame your best friend for being anxious about flying.
No, I totally
It's
get
a
it. But that's just
valid
literally where
reason.
we're at. She is, keeping herself informed, and I am not.
I feel like I have to, because everything about me, currently, there's a law that's supposed to keep me safe, that could be overturned at any minute. At any point in time, my marriage might be null and void. What are you talking about being gay? That's not a thing. You're not gay. So that part of my identity is gone. Like, so many things that I have to worry about. And God forbid that my wife and I decide to bring a child into this world. How am I going to be able to have rights to that child if I don't carry it? Because right now, I know friends who have kids and have to adopt their partner's child to be considered a parent, even though you're married just like every other Jane and Joe. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? But this is shit that you have to do and could very well not get it approved depending on where you live. Oh, you want to see a judge about adopting your wife's baby? Guess what? You can't.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. Every fucking day there is something. And it's like, again, I feel I've unpacked this in therapy. I give myself a half an hour. Stay up to date. And that's it's not consecutive. It's like minutes at a time throughout the day. But 30 minutes is where I'm at. Like, if it goes past that, then we're not doing it. We're shutting shit off and walking away because we have to. But I have to be informed by this shit. I have to. Otherwise, I could wake up, go to do something, and be told, guess what? You can't. What do you mean I can't? I don't want to be that dumbass motherfucker that don't know what's going on. So there's a lot more that we could get into this. We gotta go because we're already out of time. But we can pick up on this shit.
We will continue in a second segment.
Yeah.
See next episode.
Yeah. We'll do that because right now we're only on day 2. And there's so many more days to go. Oh my God. Again, if you made it this far, kudos
to you.
But also, like, take care of yourself. Do what you can to give yourself grace, make yourself smile, giggle, laugh at dummies on the internet. It's great entertainment. There's so many of them out there. So the giggles are plenty.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bridge Sound and Stage.
And Mertz.
Woo woo. Killing it on the other side of the soundproof glass, dealing with all of our bullshit. There is no quote. It's just take care of yourself. And we'll see y'all bitches next week. Bye.
Bye.
Cause my God.
Is it great again?
No.
Is it great?
It was never
great?
great to
Where's
begin
the
with.
greatness?
Is it great?
You know who it's great for?
It's like that episode of SpongeBob. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? That's all we're doing. Yeah. Is it great yet? Is it great yet?
It never was. And at this rate, it never will be. It's true.